I've traveled to many cities around the world, and the most magical of all is Prague, Czech Republic. In this video, I will talk about 12 things that you should know to help make your experience as magical as mine. Welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B. If you're new here, I offer travel advice. I am a solo traveler and I do vlogs to help you travel better and more efficiently. Let me start off with some general information on Prague. It is actually the fifth most visited city in Europe, which may surprise some people, but it's very busy and for good reason. It is located in Central Europe. It borders Germany. The people don't like when you call it Eastern Europe, so it is definitely Central Europe. It is in the center. The Czech Republic, or also called Czechia, got its independence in 1992 from previously being known as Czechoslovakia, before a peaceful split into two countries, the Czech Republic and Slovakia, separate countries. The Czech Republic was under the Soviet reign from 1948 to 1989. It was dominated by the Soviets, so you do see some remnants of Soviet times around the city, no doubt. Prague is a city of a few nicknames. One is the Golden City, one is the Mother of Cities, but more famously known as the City of 100 Spires. In the 19th century, a famous Czech mathematician counted 103 towers and spires on all of the cathedrals and buildings. The beautiful cathedrals and pointy spires were the cause for this nickname, the City of 100 Spires. So if you enjoy going and seeing beautiful medieval castles with amazing spires, this is your place. Next thing you should know is you should know about the weather. I've traveled here twice. The last time I traveled was during the summer, and it was beautiful, and everything was absolutely perfect. I also traveled here in February when it was a little on the cold side. Wasn't completely out of control, but definitely on the cold side. Now, a lot of people like to travel here in December for the Christmas markets. If you do come here for the Christmas markets, you want to bring heavy layers of clothes and you want to bundle up because the Christmas market gets very cold here. You could expect a strong possibility of snow if you come here during the winter time, so do keep that in mind. But from the time that I've been here, the weather is great, so I think that it really varies here. You're in the center of Europe. You're not really in Northern Europe. You're not really in the southern portion of Europe, so the weather definitely varies. Next thing you should know is you should definitely take a boat tour. Now, I took the party boat tour for my birthday, had an amazing time with the DJ, the drum and percussion party. However, you can take a romantic boat trip with your significant other, or you can just go out and just ride and just enjoy the Voltamic River. Now, I will say this, there's just way too much beauty out here in Prague and the surrounding areas to not enjoy by boat. So I highly recommend getting maybe a little individual boat, going out kayaking, getting out on the water, or getting a big boat with a group of people like I did and having a great time. But either way, this is the perfect city to get out in the boat, especially if you're coming during the summer or the fall or something like that. I couldn't recommend getting on a boat enough and going out in the water because this is an absolute beautiful area. I mean, you're going to see castles. You're going to see all types of wonderful stuff from that boat. So definitely get out on the boat and enjoy Prague. Number 5 is an absolute must visit when you come to Prague, and that's Charles Bridge, aka Carlos Musk. Absolute must visit, built way back in 1357, at least that's when construction began, from Charles IV. This bridge has 31 statues on this pedestrian bridge. The mainly depicting saints of importance to the city was originally made of brass, sandstone, marble, and bronze. This is a very busy bridge, and for good reason. You will find many vendors selling different things. You will also find buskers here. This is a very busy place for a reason, because this is a magical place. You definitely want to come get that view of this bridge during sunset or sunrise in the morning when there's less people here. It's that magical view of Europe that you've always wanted. But to dig a little bit into the history of this bridge, believe it or not, in 1621, you could find 27 human severed heads on this bridge. That's right, 27 human severed heads. And the Hofburg's uprising, 27 men were executed for fighting against the Austrian army, and their heads were on displays, put into baskets, and they were on this bridge for 10 years. Now, can you imagine walking across and seeing that? Next thing you should know about Prague is that this city is known for its nightlife. And I went on a boat party which I had an amazing time. I highly recommend that. Also went to a couple bars, went to a nightclub my first time here, but I'm going to tell you that Prague is definitely known for its party atmosphere. So if you're looking to go somewhere on a weekend, have a good time. That's not overly expensive, not as expensive as, say, Paris or London or somewhere like that. Prague's a really good option for that, to have a really good time. Go enjoy yourself. Go have some drinks. Go have some pivo, some beer, and have a great time. There's so many unique buildings in Prague. When you come to Prague, you got to go to the Fred and Ginger's Dancing House, which is named after Americans Fred and Ginger, Fred Astaire. This place is got the very unique shape of it. There's a bar up high you can go to and go check out great views of the city. Next thing you should know about Prague is you should go check out the Dancing House. I highly recommend it. It's Fred and Ginger's Dancing House in a city of a lot of medieval buildings and medieval art. This is a modern and contemporary building built in 1996, a $4 million building designed in the image of Americans Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Now, you can go up in the building for free, but if you want to go up to the top and enjoy the amazing views of the cities, all you got to do is pay a one-drink minimum. And as far as I remember, the drink wasn't that much. So you can go up, have you a mimosa or beer or soda, grab you a bag of chips, and enjoy amazing views of the city. And then there's a nice little area in there where you can just kind of sit out and enjoy yourself and just really sit back and enjoy the city as time passes. You know, the Czech Republic is a part of the European Union. You need to know that the Czech koruna that they use here in the Czech Republic. So you're not going to, some places are going to take the euro, but everywhere is not going to take the euro in the Czech Republic. So be mindful, you might have to take out some Czech korunas, and the numbers are kind of crazy. So you might want to prepare to get on your phone and translate all day from USD, or if you're coming from Europe, translate euros, because the koruna, the numbers are very confusing. The numbers are really high, kind of like the Icelandic krona. The numbers are very high, so it's kind of hard to really be able to get a gauge on that. So just to give you an idea, that $200 Czech koruna bill right there is worth $9.06 in USD. The next thing you should know is that even though Prague itself is not a hidden gem because it's the 5th most visited city in Europe, it is a city of hidden gems, because literally, if you walk around this city, you'll find so many unique things, some unique art, statues, unique bars like ice bars and robot bars. There's just so many unique and different things to see. So when you're here in Prague, Czech Republic, I encourage you to just walk around, enjoy your time, whether you're in Old Town or whether you're on the other side of the city. No matter where you are, there's just so many unique and different things to see here. So even though it's not a hidden gem, the city, I would say it's a city of hidden gems. So there's a lot of hidden gems here to be found. Next thing you should know about Prague is that the prices can be very inconsistent. Now, I will say this about the inconsistencies of the prices. Still cheaper than London, Paris, Rome, those cities. They're top 5 visited cities in Europe. But the prices do vary a lot because people in the Czech Republic, they don't make a whole lot of money. I've talked to some locals that told me, hey, you know, we can't afford to buy this stuff. So when you see these prices like this, it's for you tourists. So what they do is, and when you're in Old Town and you're in Wenceslas Square and you're in the tourist spots, sometimes they boost up the prices. And sometimes all you got to do is go walk maybe like, you know, a couple blocks off or catch the metro a little bit further off, and you get really good prices. The next thing you should know about Prague is that public transportation is excellent. The trams will take you around to many of the places, and the metros also will take you around to many of the places. I recommend going off the beaten path a little bit in the areas too, like as I mentioned, because it's a lot cheaper a lot of times if you do go off the beaten path. And I'll tell you, it's a very walkable city as well. I recommend getting out and walking around and being dazzled by the beauty. Unlike some of the other major cities in Europe, Prague only has one airport, the Václav Havel Airport. It's not a really big airport either. They see a good bit of traffic, obviously, because this is the 5th busiest city in Europe, but not a really big airport. Pretty easy to navigate, and it's also pretty easy to get out and take the bus into the city center very inexpensively. So if you want to go out into the city of Prague from the airport, pretty self-explanatory. I did explain it in an earlier video I had on Prague. I'll put the information on the screen what bus you should take right here to get you into the city center. If you're going to learn one word in Czech, that one word should probably be pivo for beer, because the beer culture in this country is on point. Definitely a high beer culture in the Czech Republic. A lot of beers. It's the home of Pilsen. It's where Budweiser and Bud Light and all started. You can get the real Bud Light and the real Budvar. But do keep in mind, when you come here with the beer culture and all, if you're in the city center or you're in the tourist area, it's not going to be your best prices. You can go take the metro a little bit outside and get some cheap beer and enjoy the pivo out and have a great time. So a lot of hidden gem places, beer spas, beer museum, a little bit of beer, everything in Czech Republic. And you can embrace your inner beer culture here in the Czech Republic. One of the main symbols of the city is Prague Castle. Within Prague Castle is St. Vitus Cathedral, which is an amazing cathedral, known to be the most important church in all of Czech Republic, built way back in 1344. You can get amazing, beautiful views of it from all over the city, but I do recommend coming inside and checking it out from inside. Now, there are certain rooms you have to pay to go in, so I didn't get to go into everywhere, but everything that I saw was amazing. I mentioned Charles Bridge and Old Town earlier. My next recommendation is Wenceslas Square, which is in Newtown, Prague, and is the main city square of the Newtown, Prague. Lots of business, cultural activities, restaurants, shopping, bars. The National Museum, which is massive, that you should come visit, is here. And a giant statue of St. Wenceslas, who is the patron saint of Bohemia. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can know when I have more material coming out in the future, and that you help us to continue to grow as a travel community. As always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace and travel. Lots and lots of travel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Leave any comments below. I love to interact and help us to continue to grow as a travel community.